inside the trenches.
Well, hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon Big Faith Favorite, and that's right, y'all are tuned in to Inside the Trenches live right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. We want to thank them for hosting this show. Boy, we loving it, loving the reviews, loving the feedback from the viewers. And if you want to chime in, be a sponsor for the show, bring material on, something you want us to talk about, you can hit me up at BigFave504. Twitter, whether you want to go on IG. I respond a lot to it, so definitely do that. And we also want to take this time to thank Robert Wolf and Construction, located on that West Bank, baby, 143. That's a number of love. That's right, Lapalco Boulevard in Gretna. Call 504-393-2445. Let them know that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. I know for my folks down there in the Bayou Land, like deep down in the Bayou Land, a little bit further from where we're standing right here, y'all can use them house elevations, man. We're in hurricane season, just kicked off. Be sure to hit them up. Robert Wolf Construction and Real Estate. Let them know that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. Boy, I'm telling you, this is going to be a sexy summer for me. That's right. Check me out. That's right. Mindful mixes made with matter. Mind with matter, should I say. That's right. Right now, Xavier grad, 2008, certified personal trainer, founder of Mind with Matter, blends of holistic health, science, and fitness. Also a member of the legendary family, the Batiste musical family down here, if I'm not mistaken. We're here with Dr. Travis Batiste. Man, welcome to the show, bro.
Welcome, brother.
Whoa, what's happening?
Welcome, brother. Thank you for coming, brother.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So, man, thank you so much for coming on the show. Family does matter. It does. No pun intended, right? Because I know mine would matter. Right. So talk to us about being a part of the famous Batiste family. I know, I want to say it's your uncle. He was at Ben Franklin teaching the kids there. We love what John Batiste was able to do throughout the years in the music industry, Grammy Award winning. So, man, from music, that's one side of the family, but if you come on over Travis' side, man, he gonna get you right with the fitness, man. So I guess how does it feel to be a part of legendary New Orleans family?
Man, I don't know what it feels like not to be part of it, right?
Right.
And it's funny when people ask me that question, they're kind of it's hard for me to really answer them because I grew up. I think at the age of 3, I had drumsticks in my hand. I was banging on something, right? My dad was teaching me piano at the age of, was it 5? Then from there, I'm bass guitar at 14, and he was always playing music too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a point where I was sick of going on stage. And you wouldn't think it, right? I mean,
come on.
But I look back at it now and I'm like, man, that's a beautiful time, and it's a true blessing that I was able to experience that, right? Not everybody can say that. But it's not until you get old enough and you can really look back and be like, man. And it's not until everybody also asks you these type of questions to make you realize, man, that was an amazing experience, But I think for me, I wanted something different, And it's not that I'm not into the music. It's just I choose to do it on my own terms.
All right.
Myself,
right.
That's cool.
Totally
But it's still there, man. It don't go away.
So hold on, let's take this back. So you said, eventually I went to school and became a personal trainer, but from out the diapers.
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy. I meant to say pharmacy.
You look like a pharmacist.
Yeah, but you did. I mean,
Built like a
but
pharmacist.
eventually you did get your certification as a personal trainer at some point, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
So
Yes,
was
sir.
this? Man, I'm gonna put the drumsticks down and kind of take I'm tired of doing it. You were a teenager. When did this happen?
The music side, for me, I think it was when I hit Xavier. It was extremely. It required a lot of me, right? So the mental bandwidth required in order to be successful in that endeavor, it was all encompassing. there wasn't really much time for the music side. But it's not like I didn't dabble on the side, you know.
Right.
But when you're in college too, man, it's a whole new experience. So, and I think when people look at music, they don't understand also that there is a business side to it. That there is, you have to train,
Yeah.
right? And if you're not keeping those chops up, then you sort of dwindle away in terms of how well you perform, right? And so, in terms of, like I said, the bandwidth, I wasn't providing as much energy into the chops as I would have liked, right? So, I think my focus once I got to college was just that, the pharmacy thing, Did I answer your question?
Yeah, and I was talking to West High producer. Now you definitely answered. Now I did have a question. So, John is your cousin or brother?
Yeah,
It's your cousin. First cousin. I figured that. That was my. I just wanted. I figured it was that.
Yeah.
Now you answered everything. Now, because now I'm a person that do a little dibble dabbling. I'll pick up the mic. I'll MC. So I'm with you on that.
Well, brother, being from New Orleans, being from a predominant family myself in New Orleans, and wanting to trade on my own name, I could definitely understand, that thought process.
Yeah.
Music and pharmacy is two totally different genres, obviously. What motivated you to go to pharmacy, brother?
I think for me, pharmacy was a means to help people and not necessarily be inundated with, don't want to say blood. Yeah, man, that's some scary stuff, man. That's,
Right,
like
yeah.
MDs, they got to deal with the blood.
It ain't your first choice.
So I was like, you know what? I can help people and not have to get, in the trenches. Like
Hello.
that.
Right.
Talking about it. Right. So that's the route I decided to take. And, I was always sort of good at math, and chemistry was, I found it extremely fascinating. So it was just naturally gravitated towards pharmacy,
Where'd you go to high school at?
I went to Grace King.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, so on the Kenneth side of things, huh?
Yeah, close to
Well,
that.
tell the people where you from.
From,
man.
Man, I actually grew up in Metairie. I don't know if most people know about it, but Bunch Village, Lil Farms, right there by the tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Across the tracks, you got River Ridge, Harahan area. But we were on the other side of the tracks, where they had Bunch Village and Lil Farms. And it just so happens that my mom and my dad grew up like right next door to each other. Didn't know each other, obviously. But, she was in Lil Farms. No, she was in Bunch Village. He was in Lil Farms, or vice versa, one or two. But that's where we grew up, man. Lower middle class, Very, very simple living for us, man. Very simple living.
Now that's pretty cool. Now, my voice is getting a little Porsche here. Gonna take me a little sip. Mindful mixes, mine with matter, cold pressed juices. I've really been feeling these here over the time. I'm definitely gonna take me a sip here. Give me a nice little shake. Well, these are good, and I'm glad I'm starting to see a lot more people juicing because, and Doc, we'll get into this a little bit more with you. As I taste this flavor here soon, but it's the nutrients and everything that blends in this. It's the stuff we need on a daily, which is why we want to juice on a daily, right? Talk to our viewers about that.
Yes, absolutely, man. So, and really, I handle the training side. My wife deals in the nutrient side of things.
Okay.
So she does all the loaded teas and the cold pressed juices.
Batiste.
I smell it.
It's good. I'm gonna be sipping.
Yeah,
I like the mint.
I smell the potency.
Yes, indeed. Delicious.
But electrolytes, you're gonna find that in there. Of course, you're gonna have your protein and the loaded teas, which as a personal trainer, that's something that I promote. You need at the very least 1 gram per kilogram of protein in your diet. And for me, if you're training with me, if you can get up to 1.5 grams per kilogram, depending on your kidney function, then that's the route we're trying to go with it. But yeah, you can definitely get a majority of what you need from a dietary side from those.
Bet. I'm sorry, Chris.
What's the thought process of mindful mixtures? Because I can see that it was a thought, and there's something to it. Please explain to the people what mindful mixtures comes from.
So for us, I actually want to start by debunking probably one of the most common misconceptions about motivation, right? So what people think is that in order for them to work out, in order for them to be fit, they need motivation. That's not true at all. In fact, that's false. Exercise is going to be the primary precursor to motivation. And to understand why that is, you need to understand to a degree biomolecules. And so biomolecules are molecules found naturally occurring in the body. And it's a known fact that these are enhanced during the experience that we know as motivation. So if you're looking for motivation to just kind of fall out the sky and hit you, it's not going to happen. Exercise is the way to do it, right? And so for me, it was about getting people to understand that, because the whole purpose of Mind with Matter is to discover and harmonize the relationship between the mind and the body, right? And so if you're in a position to harness, that which is necessary to identify as somebody who is fit, then, you're more likely to continue on with that process. But for us, mind and body not only involves the physical aspects of the body, but all the components necessary to machine it, right? Vitamins, minerals, nutrients. And that's how we decided to go with the mindful mixes.
No, it tastes good, Chris.
That's that pharmacist in him.
Yeah, it's a pharmacist, bro. Shouts out to Xavier University. Y'all do y'all thing too.
Shouts out to Xavier and all the graduating pharmacists every year.
Man.
Thank y'all.
Yes.
This is where it's at.
You too, bro.
Cheers to wellness. Cheers to wellness. If y'all just tuning into Inside the Trenches, we're joined by Dr. Travis Batiste. Mind with Matter is a product. He's a personal trainer. And be sure to follow him on Instagram at mindwithmatter_fit. So how often weekly do you do your personal training sessions, and what are you doing, man?
I try to do at least 3 days a week per client. We train at Legacy Training Center out there in Metairie.
Okay.
Shout outs to my partner, Antonio. And Legacy Training Center is actually an all-encompassing center. They focus also on the martial arts side of things.
Okay.
And so they do wrestling, they do Muay Thai, which is basically kickboxing, and they also do capoeira, which is a Brazilian martial art. But when he came to me, he was like, you know what? We have all these martial arts. We don't necessarily have the fitness side of things tapped into as well as I'd like it to be. And so when he came to me, as the founder of Mind with Matter, I was just like, let's make it happen, man. And so from there, it was on and popping. So I'd like to train my clients at the very least 3 days out the week.
Okay.
Just to start off, and when you're brand new to it, you don't necessarily need 3 days a week. But for me, it's, I need to at the very least see your face.
Yeah.
As far as I know, us three gentlemen, as well as the people listening and obviously the Baton Rouge community, we all live in Southeast Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
Doc,
Oh, yeah.
please tell the people how important diet is.
Man,
Good one.
look,
He had to say where we from first.
on,
huh?
man. Where we from?
Look, that's 80% of it, honestly. Now, when I think of anybody trying to reach a particular goal when it comes to fitness, there are three things that we're concerned about, right? That's, of course, movement, nutrition, and accountability, right? These three things are extremely important. You cannot have whatever fitness goal you have, you cannot achieve it unless those three pillars are solid and in place.
Y'all heard that, huh? Run it again,
Say it again, Doc.
Movement, nutrition,
Ooh, that body.
and accountability.
The accountability part,
Accountability,
Lord.
yes.
Lord.
And the big part of what we do, honestly, is we try to serve as not only fitness coaches, but life coaches, right?
Okay.
Because in order for that accountability piece to kick in, you have to be okay with speaking to clients outside of the gym, and talking and connecting in ways to help them understand their understanding of food, right? Their motivations, because a lot of times it's stress induced.
Right.
Or it's time induced. And you really don't know the situation until you're able to connect with that individual. right? And so what we try to do is serve, not, like I said, not only as fitness coaches but life coaches.
That's big time. Okay, so we know we know about the 3 pillars now, right?
Right.
The accountability piece, that's probably the hardest one for all of us, right? Because the coach will be like, all right, now.
Yeah, buddy.
But I guess just digging into like meal prep. I know you probably talk to your clients about this. You mentioned something just now which triggered this question. It's usually stress induced or time induced. That time. Right?
is the thing,
Like
yeah.
you just hooked me up right quick and I'll go stop get a little smoother or something, you know what I'm saying? But look,
Right.
you just cut time for me.
Yes,
Right.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And no, we actually we're creating another branch. We're looking to fire off at maybe like the earlier half of fall, later summer, but it will include meal prep. And so I think once we're able to get that going, we'll have everything they need right there. Right, but we do educate on how to meal prep, and that's part of the accountability piece too.
Yeah,
you know, I can have conversations with somebody. I can go ahead and say, hey, look, what did we do today? Did you have any free time? You know, and sometimes it's as simple as having that conversation, knowing that somebody's kind of looking over you, like, man, if I don't get this done, homeboy gonna call me. He gonna be like, what's happening with that? You know, and then the time that you didn't have before, suddenly you have, right?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that sometimes.
Yeah, structuring and prioritizing that's a huge piece. You pretty fit, bro. When you came in here with the juices and stuff, I'm like, man, homie, hit the gym right now.
Man,
So-
if I'm not mistaken, he was running up Calhoun.
Yeah, you see, you
Yeah, the flat tire. Oh,
yeah,
bro.
oh, man. Dog caught a flat tire.
Yeah,
He got the muscle. I thought he
If
just
I knew
pushed
that
the
was
car
you,
here,
bro, I
right?
would have pulled over. Yeah,
Oh, so you saw him? Oh, dog. Then he
walk
saw
like
him.
that, man?
Oh,
well, you know, I'm fashionably late there all the time, so
Oh, man.
I try to get it at least a good 6
I ain't
minutes.
mad
I
at
saw
you,
you
bro.
though.
That's
I ain't
funny.
mad at
Oh,
you, bro.
man. So
I
you
ain't
saw
mad
him.
at you.
I ain't know.
I know
Yeah,
you
I
got
got
many
the
people
text.
walking around in scrubs. Huh?
Right.
I was like, Doc Fit. I was like, he look like he don't need no ride.
He must be trying to get his steps in.
Yeah.
That's that. Now, when I Whit, shouts out to Whit, man. She had texted me. She's like, oh, he caught a flat tire. And I'm like, oh, he already on campus? I'm like, well, that's dedication.
Yeah,
so,
man.
well, you got a little bit of your workout in walking over
for
here.
sure. No doubt, man.
But do you have a
Steps.
trainer or do you just kind of train yourself and have a schedule?
Man,
How you stay fit?
You know, the beauty of being part of Legacy Training Center is that there are other coaches there. You know, and if as I mentioned, you need the accountability, you need the movement, you need the nutrition. Even coaches need accountability,
Right.
So to have a team of individuals helping you reach the goal that you want to, at the very least, stay at, then, you know, for me, that's a blessing, right? Birds of a feather, man. They say it.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, it helps when you got, like-minded people around you, because where I live at is 5 guys and,
right.
chicken, all kind of
Guys
chicken.
do sound
Oh
good.
yeah, man. That's why you and again, man, that's why you need that life coach to kind of, because these, believe it or not, you build habits just living life,
Right.
right? And in order for you to break those bad habits, it takes just as long to build those good habits, if not longer, right?
Yeah.
You might have to separate yourself sometimes from that type of stuff.
Separate myself from the red beans on Monday.
Well,
It's in
no,
New
you rock
Orleans,
with the
man.
red beans, the brown rice red beans.
Oh yeah, I eat some red beans,
Yeah.
man. And it's really catered to the individuals, man. What I try to do is create a situation where you can tweak whatever current lifestyle that you have now in such a way that healthy living becomes a part of you. And sometimes that involves
Lifestyle.
just changing things up here and there. And fasting is actually one of the things that I promote also. And there's intermittent fasting, and the thing about fasting is you know, depending on how you do it, there are several variations of it, but depending on how you do it, you can get, you know, those meals that you enjoy within that eating window. So you're not sacrificing on the enjoyment of the nutrition side.
Right.
Yeah, that intermittent fasting is where it's at.
Well,
bro.
you know, if you move me to Arizona and take my keys away and my credit cards, I might be able to fast with you, Doc.
Come back to Louisiana looking
And
a
my
different type of
phone.
way, yeah.
Doc, before we let you go, man, how could our viewers order them a bottle of this?
Yeah.
This the potion right here, man. Mindful mixes.
Yes. So it's if you go to Instagram, it's _mindful mixes. You can actually go under the bio and you'll be able to find the menus there.
Okay.
Definitely. And I gotta, definitely finish mine off right here. I'm telling y'all, this one has watermelon, lime, and mint, and I taste each flavor and
Right.
and that's the good part about it, because if you have 5 of these just sitting in the refrigerator, well, in my house they probably gone that day, but you got it. It replaces that Sprite. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, replace it, man.
I tell you this much, Doc. When you have the true ingredients sitting on the side of the product, I trust this more than anything that they're selling in the stores in New Orleans. That's for sure, brother.
In America.
Thank you for this.
Man, well, Doc, thank you so much for coming on the show. Before we let you go, man, anything coming up, or if any of our viewers locally here want to book you for a training session and get with you, man, how could they follow you?
Yeah, no, you can actually go to www.mindwithmatter.life and go ahead and reach out to me. I'll more than likely do everything I can to take care of you.
Y'all heard it, man. Y'all trying to get right, man. Look, Mind Would Matter, definitely the mindful mixes is off the chain. I'm going to definitely finish mine. I'm a little thirsty right now. I'm going to finish the rest of it off. But, Doc, thank you so much for coming on. Travis Batiste, he a New Orleanian, baby. Yeah. Y'all right.
One of the best.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hello, somebody.
Inside the trenches.
Hello, somebody. This is Robert Wolf. If you are in need of construction or real estate services, project management services, give us a call at 504-393-2445.
Well, hello. Like Rob just said, hit up Robert Wolf Construction and Real Estate for your real estate and construction needs. And let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing, all Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamar Crescent City Ford. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis, to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamar Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamar Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the Trenches.